Hello and welcome to Land and Sea. I'm Tom Murphy at the Charlottetown Farmers Market. Even though it's the middle of winter, this market bustles every Saturday. It's a place where farmers, bakers, and craftspeople meet their customers. It's part of the island way of life, a place where city meets country.
Isn't this a wonderful way to start your day, eh? I wouldn't be here so early, but Sears is coming with a delivery. You know how they don't commit.
The Blum family has been selling at the Charlottetown Farmers Market for over 20 years.
Can I give you a check, Carol?
Yeah, which one's yours?
The biggest one, I hope. BLUM Produce. Blum Farm.
Blum. Carol
Blum.
Blum. That's yours. Thank
Oh,
you.
have a good day. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
On the Thursday before, the family starts getting ready, washing and bagging the vegetables. At this time of year, all their produce is kept in cold storage. Not only do they market vegetables, they raise chickens and gather eggs too.
We sell the whole chicken. We have a lot of ethnic people, and their culture is a little different from ours, so there they might like chicken feet and rooster balls and and the giblets and that, and they prepare certain dishes with them, and so there's a market for that. I like the breast meat. We were 100% organic at one time, and then we've had to switch over a little bit to make it so that we can actually make a living here and stay on this farm for many years and make our income off the farm. Well, here in PEI, there's certain insect pests and blights that come here no matter what. They're going to be here every year. So we have to cheat a little bit. Now, we have people that come to our booth and they ask, are these carrots organic? We say, no, we're sorry. They're almost, but not quite. And we let people know exactly what we do and what we don't do. And so we want to protect that crop because all our money, all our work is out there.
Bernie Blum doesn't go to the market anymore.
It's difficult for me to stand on the concrete floor in the market there. Oh, I miss going very much. I miss talking to the people and joking around with them and that, I miss that very much because, that was the one thing that gave you the adrenaline to go after the Saturday market, to go back out on the Monday morning and do your work again,
Ann Thurlow has been going to the market for as long as the Blums have been selling here. When Ann first started coming, it was for the social connections. Now, it's all about the food.
The food is local, and it hasn't traveled a great distance or sat around on somebody's, shelf someplace for a long time. I know that it's going to taste really good. We go to the fish guy who has the best, freshest fish.
Let's get lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper looks really good. We'll have that. We go to the pasta people because they do wonderful and interesting things, and it's lovely to be able. I realize that the wheat's probably not grown locally, but the pasta's made locally, and that's great.
Okay.
We go to the Blums next and get a lot of our kind of basic vegetables.
I got a turnip, a little turnip too.
$8 altogether.
Thank you. Okay.
So you braved the elements this morning and got out?
I'm glad you did. I always get a little upset when I hear a bad storm in Kings County. I think.
Yes, it was windy too.
Was it? Okay.
Okay.
5. 7.
I haven't come in here to get my coffee all the time.
Kim Dormar is the smoked salmon guy at the market.
I'll get everything on it.
I have quite a few customers that come by, clients,
I would like to enjoy my smoked salmon on a bagel.
He's not kidding. Everybody knows that you have to wait for a Kim Dormer bagel.
You got your bagel?
He's a trained marine biologist and oceanographer. When retirement came knocking, he started smoking. Scallops, lobster tails. But salmon is the king fish.
I think it came from my background in Holland. Smoked fish is a very popular thing, particularly smoked eels. Here on the island I discovered there were quite a few eels in the waters, so I started smoking as a hobby for myself. And that eventually led to starting a business. My salmon comes from mostly smaller producers. My preference is for the Newfoundland fish because they are farmed in open water, deeper ocean water, where they get a chance to pick up some natural plankton and organisms from natural feed. So the color of the fish from Newfoundland is a little nicer, a little darker, tend to be a little lower on fat and more muscular, and the taste is better.
How do you want your bagel? Everything on it?
Most of my business is retail. It's either the farmer's market or mail order. We do supply a number of restaurants and hotels and bed and breakfast places in Prince Edward Island. We sell to some high-end stores in New York City.
And do you need any eggs today?
That is $9.
Behind you.
McKenna Mbasa is one of the dozen food vendors here. She's been up half the night cooking her African specialties.
This is my chickpeas is already boiled and ready to be cooked. Chickpeas, curry chickpeas. This is becoming everybody's favorite. Is black beans with spinach, lots of garlic. The next thing I'm cooking here is the beef curry. And the only thing I put in my beef curry is potatoes. After it's done, then I put potatoes. I come from Kenya, East Africa. We have a lot of Indian influence in our cooking. You know, we have a lot of Indians in Kenya, and they cook what we cook what they cook. Here in the house, we only speak in Meru, actually, not even in Swahili. Swahili is our national language, but I talk to my children in Meru, M-E-R-U. It's my mother tongue.
When we come back, goat cheese, greens, and the godfather of the Charlottetown Farmers Market. Back at the Charlottetown Farmers Market, Margie Lowe is concerned. She's got to protect her delicate greens and sprouts from the cold.
About 2/3 of my sales year-round are at the farmers market, and then in the summer I sell to restaurants as well. I couldn't wait to get off the family farm. When I went to university, I told my family I wasn't even going to have house plants because I don't know what happened. I turned 29 and I thought, all I want to do is farm. So I bought a farm.
Today, Margie farms organically in 2 greenhouses, from cilantro to kale, from scallions to spinach.
I didn't expect to like it so much. I think I decided that it was really important to give positive examples of people who could make a living doing farming organically. I can weed all day and be thrilled doing it. Well, there are certain greens that don't mind freezing and thawing. So spinach can freeze and thaw all winter. It needs to be above 0 when you pick the leaves, that's all.
Margie was as surprised as anyone when she turned to farming, but it was her experience in Central America that crystallized her decision. She worked in Guatemala, first with street children and then with refugees.
Growing food well is an issue of justice too, in a different way. Like I think of all of creation as being connected, all of the natural world and the human world. We're all interrelated, and so if you're going to think about people being treated right, then I think it starts with the food they eat, coming from land that's been treated right.
Anne Thurlow is one of Margie's best customers, but Anne is running a little late today.
So what did you have that I didn't get?
Spinach watercress salad mix. It was a little frenzy here for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can't bring myself to be an absolute purist about this. I mean, nobody at the farmer's market's ever going to grow a lemon, right? But I love lemons. I use them all the time. So I'll go to the supermarket to get those. But if I rely on the farmer's market to buy the majority of my food, then I've made a little tiny bit of an impact. Because the agricultural community here is struggling and farmers are struggling so much, those are people that I care about too, and I want to do my little tiny bit.
George Watton is the godfather of the Charlottetown Farmers Market. As usual, he's here early.
Good morning, Steve. Hi. And lovely girls.
When George isn't flirting, he holds court here every Saturday like clockwork.
It's 7 o'clock.
It's just a fabulously interesting social place. And everyone is has such a friendly attitude.
He even has his own initial, marking where he sits.
That still stays there despite all the construction and reconstruction in America. I start off having breakfast with as many of my 5 children, three daughters and 2 sons, and then I have new people or different people coming into that area to the table.
Margie Lowe drives in with Dirk Grunenberg every Saturday.
Here's more stuff.
Well, thank you.
I'm the only goat dairy on the island. I really like farming. I can't imagine having a job not on the farm, going into the barn, looking after the animals. I like calling it the factory because factory makes it sound like something more than it is, maybe. Something larger than it is. I'm making soft goat cheese turtle eggs. The name turtle eggs is just for the shape, otherwise they're just made out of soft goat cheese. And I package them in different ways. This is going to be red hot turtle eggs, because it's turtle eggs in olive oil with hot pepper in it. They're called crotins. It's a French cheese, and the difference with the other ones is that these, I take the curd, the same curd as the other soft cheese, and I pour them into the molds. In case these are the ones that have a layer of herbs in the middle, and after they've drained in the cups, I salt them from the outside, whereas all the other cheese, I mix the salt into it.
The lineup for Kim Dormar's smoked salmon on a bagel gets longer by the minute.
Well, I don't like to pre-slice it, because that means that you open up the fish each time you slice it, and you bring in air and possibly bacteria. So the quality really goes down. I prefer to slice it au nature, you know, from outside of salmon, and then it's never been opened and exposed to anything. So it tastes the best that way. Yeah, I'm an old guy, but I have a young lady working, helping me.
Organic herbs. So the soaps have goat's milk and seaweed, Irish moss, and then
never fails that there is a continuation of interesting people who come. Can't stay or never intend to stay as long as I do, but they keep rotating through the whole day. I should almost be charging admission.
There's a little loving, a little politicking,
We're doing the best you can. Oh, no, you can do better than that. Oh, God, your party was in for 10 years. What do you guys do? None of them closed.
and lots of talking.
Where's Bella, Michelle?
Sleeping.
What are you doing?
Sleeping.
It's a great place to be, and also when I get there, I forget everything. I'm like so hyper. I'm so happy, excited. People are wonderful. I'm really at home in PEI. We love it here. I think the fact that it's a small place and people are so much connected together. It's the closest place I've been to my home country.
That's great. I think this is hug for Christmas.
We have a waiting list for people who want to cook food. A lot of ethnic food, which is a shame that we can't really do anything about them because a lot of them are new arrivals. When we first started about 10 years ago, we had new immigrants here, and they've since gone on to have their own restaurants downtown. And but we can't have any more food. Right now, I think we have like 10 or 12 food people. We have 55 vendors. We're a farmers market. We want to keep it vegetables, fish, meat.
My change.
I had 60 bucks with me, and I've got 30, 40 left. But now I'm going to go and get a sandwich from Kim Dormar. So by the time I get out of here, I will have spent 80 bucks probably.
So I'm always hesitant to say, buy local. It's really great because then everybody's going to buy local and I'm never going to be able to get anything at all.
You know, I get complaints sometimes that there's congregations of people in front of people's booth having conversations, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Where are you going?
Panama.
Oh, yeah, Panama.
I'm going to Panama and taking the salmon to Panama with me, to my daughter.
And is she missing the salmon from here, or is she?
She misses everything from here.
No, I can't. I have another function to cater for, so I have to leave here and go and continue cooking until this one goes on until 9 at night today.
Hello. Good, how are you?
Well, how did the teachers like the cake?
They never got it. I ate the whole thing. No. Went over pretty well, I guess. I think the word was scrumptious.
When we come back, we'll find out what the sales were like on this cold and wintry day. This edition of the Charlottetown Farmers Market is starting to slow down. How did everybody do?
I've got only a few of the jars left. They went really well. I don't have very high demands. I'd like some more, but it's only my first year, so over the years I'll get more. I'll more figure out what people really want. People rave about the flavor, I guess. I must say.
Wasn't as busy as it normally is, just perhaps because of the weather. Well, some of it is sold out, like the chicken is going to be sold out pretty soon, the rice and chickpeas and vegetables. All we might have left is the samosas.
Well, I'm almost sold out. This time of year, it's I never have enough greens for people, so I sold out of my greens really early, and now I have a few sprouts and I have a few cut grass left, that's all.
Would you like that? It was pretty good considering the weather. Pretty well sold out of everything, so, and lots of orders for next week, so I'm pretty happy with it. This is normal or even a little more, yes. I pretty well know how much to bring. I pretty well have it down pat, so.
Oh no, yeah, it's work. Yeah, it was an excellent day. I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. Yeah, my back is hurting from standing all the time. But no, it's been great. It's a great day.
It's a great place to be on a Saturday. I like to think that there's no market like this one at the Charlottetown Farmers Market.
Maybe that's why, over the years, the number of shoppers at this market keeps growing. There's a sense of community here that helps make Buy Local so much more than just a catchphrase. In this place where city meets country.